What's up, you guys? Ruski here, and welcome back to my 2024 Round 2 mock draft. We already did Round 1. Go ahead and check it out if you haven't seen it. And now let's move on to Round 2 with the Carolina Panthers, who desperately need some life because they're making Bryce Young look terrible right now. And honestly, wide receiver is an option, but no, you need offensive tackles. And Jordan Morgan is the next best thing, so I am drafting Jordan Morgan for the Carolina Panthers. And now the New England Patriots are on the clock, and in the first round, as you can see, I have Jaden Daniels. So now the Patriots have a quarterback, and why not give him a proper weapon? And look at Troy Franklin's available, Mitchell's available, and Lad McConkey. I honestly think Lad McConkey is the best version for the New England Patriots. You have your quarterback, and now you have a weaponry uh, wide receiver. Excuse me. Now the Arizona Cardinals are back on the clock. You already have, as you can see, Marvin Harrison Jr. and Troy Fatanu. And now I honestly think since you already got some offensive key weapons here, you need to boost that defense. And Darius Robinson is the next best thing for an edge rusher. And also Trevonde Sweat is still available, but you need a good edge rusher, and Darius Robinson really fits it. And now the Washington Commanders are on the clock, and they have Drake May. They already have Samuel and Scary Terry. Troy Franklin could possibly be their wide receiver 3, but I honestly don't see that happening. They could go defense or maybe go for offensive tackle in Kingsley. That could work too. I honestly like Kingsley, so I'll draft Kingsley for the Washington Commanders. As for the LA Chargers, they could go wide receiver, and I think this is their pick for Troy Franklin to go for the LA Chargers because you already got Joe Alt. You need another wide receiver to help out Justin Herbert. Now for the Tennessee Titans, they already have a wide receiver, so they're good on that department. Now I honestly think beefing up the defense will be perfect. And um, the I don't know these. Kamari, that'll be good. Kamari is the next best corner in this draft, so I'm drafting Kamari for the Tennessee Titans. Now for the New York Giants. So here we have Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. along with Malik Neighbors. I honestly don't know, but I really think they should draft a quarterback. And between these two, oh man, I honestly think Bo Nix would be perfect for the New York Giants. Oh, and the Washington Commanders are back on the clock. This is where I honestly would be trading down for that. But now says they have a quarterback and they have an offensive tackle. Getting some defense will help to get Montez Sweat available. You could do Chris. You could do another offensive tackle. You go tight end, wide receiver. But in all honesty, since Samuel might be a free agent. Adonai Mitchell will be good. So I'll draft Mitchell for the Washington Commanders, so they have an extra weapon just in case if Samuel becomes a free agent. Now you have the Green Bay Packers. They have a defensive back in the first round, so now why not get some more defensive help? Trevonde Sweat's available. Chris is available. Cameron Kitchens. Patrick Paul is available as an offensive tackle. Maybe I think Patrick Paul will be the next best thing. I'll draft Patrick Paul. Now for the Minnesota Vikings. Now this is where I would draft my quarterback in Michael Penix Jr. So now we pretend Kirk Cousins is not available. Now Michael Penix is still available. Then draft him in the first round or second round. Sorry. Now the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock, and they really need a wide receiver to pair with Drake London, and Xavier Worthy really is the next option, and he is a very speedy boy, very speedy. So with that, I am drafting Xavier Worthy because he is, no pun intended, worthy of that title. Now for the Las Vegas Raiders. They already have J.C. Latham for their offensive tackle. Spencer Rattler is available, but I think maybe he'll fall short to the third round. They could try to, but in all honesty, Trevonde Sweat is available, but they need to boost up some edge rushers, maybe a tight end, a safety. So with the safety, I think Kinchins is the best thing for the Las Vegas Raiders. For the New Orleans Saints, all of these are still available. They do need a wide receiver. They do need an edge rusher. I'm going to go for the edge rusher for the New Orleans Saints. Now the Indianapolis Colts, they have Latu. I honestly, this would be the next thing for a wide receiver, and Xavier from South Carolina really makes it ideal. Now the New York Giants have another pick in the second round. This is where I would draft a center, and Zach Frazier is available. Could use a tight end for it. I honestly think Zach Frazier would be perfect for them. Blake Fisher is still available. Cooper Beebe is still available. I honestly think getting some guards for them would be perfect. So I'm going to be actually draft Cooper Beebe for the New York Giants. Now for the Jacksonville Jaguars, they already have Amarius Mims, and this is where I would honestly draft a center. If they don't want their center, Zach Frazier is the next option for them. So I'm drafting Zach Frazier for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now for the Cincinnati Bengals, they already have Brock Bowers, which is the top prospected tight end. All honesty, I could go Jalen Polk for the Bengals. Trevonde Sweat is still available. Chris Jenkins. Maybe beefing up the defense will help, and this is where Trevonde Sweat fits for them. Or maybe Chris Jenkins. Maybe between these two, they would like fight over it. But Trevonde Sweat would be a perfect fit for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now for the Philadelphia Eagles, as they can see, I have 53 and 50 already. They need more safety help. They honestly need. I don't think they need wide receiver help, but I'm honestly thinking Tyler Nubin will be the best thing for them. Now for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have Kool-Aid McKinstry. Honestly, this quarterback is not a good option right now. Wide receiver would be perfect for them, so I think Jalen Polk will be the next runner-up for the second round. And for the LA Rams, they could go edge rusher here. They could go for tight end, defensive line, linebacker. Kalen King. Javon Bullard would be kind of sick for them. They need like a pro. I honestly think Jatavian Sanders would be perfect for the LA Rams. I'm going to draft Sanders for the LA Rams. Now for the Philadelphia Eagles, they do need linebacker help because I don't think Shaq is going to be there. So Cooper is going to be available. Now for the Cleveland Browns, who are actually, oh, that's right, they don't have a first round. So now we don't know Joe Flacco is going to be available. We don't know if anybody else will be available for a quarterback. Who knows, maybe they'll get someone in the free agent or re-sign Joe Flacco. But they need some wide receiver help, and Walker from North Carolina will be their very first pick for their beginning of the draft. Now we have the Miami Dolphins. We have Jackson Powers Johnson, who is the top tier offensive line that they need to draft in the first round. Flat out, hands down, they need this pick for Jackson Powers Johnson. Now we have our offensive perfect. We could go because Jackson Powers Johnson can play for guard, center, but not offensive tackle. With offensive tackle, we could get Blake Fisher, Kieran, Christian Jones, Javon Foster. But all honesty, we need to boost up some of the for the linebackers, and edge rusher could be an ideal thing. Tight end could be a perfect thing. Cedric Van Pran is already a center. We don't need him. I mean, we could go for him, but I don't think so. But for defensive line, we have Leonard Taylor. We have Chris Jenkins. Leonard Taylor would actually be pretty fun to have. Wide receiver, nothing fits the bill. Like, if the Dolphins, guys, I can see right here, I already know the Dolphins don't have a third round pick. If the Dolphins had a third round pick, the third round pick would have been a wide receiver. We already have this. I honestly want to draft Leonard Taylor, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I would draft Leonard Taylor. Leonard Taylor would be a good defensive line just in case if we don't have Christian Wilkins, but I think Leonard Taylor would be perfect. Now for the Dallas Cowboys. Kalen King would be perfect. I honestly think Kalen King will be perfect for them, so I'm drafting Kalen King. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they have Chop Robinson. They don't need a corner. I think Roman Wilson will be perfect as their wide receiver. And the Green Bay Packers have 2 second-round picks again. Chris Jenkins would be perfect, but they need a I understand. I saw Tom Grassi's video. They desperately need a safety, and Javon Ballard is the next best safety. So we're drafting a safety for the Green Bay Packers. Now for the Houston Texans, beefing up the defense would be perfect. An edge rusher would be perfect for them to pair up with Will Anderson Jr. But in all honesty, they do need a corner. Like TJ Tampa would be perfect. Jeremiah Trotter would be perfect. Peyton Wilson would also be perfect. Honestly, I think a running back for the second round will be perfect for them. And you have Trey Benson and Blake Corum. Blake Corum will be a perfect fit for the Houston Texans. Now for the Buffalo Bills. Drafting, I don't think TJ Champa would be perfect for them. Adesanya Isaac will be the next best thing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now this is where I draft the corner in TJ Champa. Yes. And now for the Baltimore Ravens. Linebacker would be perfect because I don't think Patrick Queen's going to be available. So I think Peyton Wilson is going to be available. So I would draft them. The San Francisco 49ers, they have their guard, they have their guard or center. They could go edge rusher. Maybe if Chris Young won't be a 49ers, but I honestly think they will be. I honestly think a safety would be perfect. I think Kalen Bullock would be a perfect fit for them. Now for the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the final pick in the second round. They have Keon Coleman. I honestly think Chris Jenkins is the next option in case if Chris Jones is a free agent. So with that being said, that is it for the second round of this mock draft. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Did I do good? Did I do bad? But with that being said, my name is Ruski237, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.